Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Form C inspection. Okay, you should get Form C, then you would start at the top of the trailer. Examiner, at the top of the trailer, we have 2 lights on each corner. Well, 1 light on each corner. Okay, so a total of 2 lights. I want to make sure that these lights are properly mounted, tight, and secure, not cracked, broken, or missing. No exposed wire, amber in color. So these lights are the trailer clearance lights. Tell me the height and the width of the trailer. We're gonna work our way down to the trailer headboard. The trailer headboard is in good condition. There should be no tears, no cuts, no holes. What else? No tears, no cuts, no holes. It's not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged. No missing panels, no missing rivets. As we work our way down, then this is where you would inspect your coupling system. Remember, your coupling systems are included for whether it be A, B, or C. You would inspect your electrical all the way across, your air supply all the way across, and then work your way down to the 5th wheel coupling system. Once you're done with that, then you come to the side of the trailer. You would inspect your trailer wall. Okay. So down here, this is my trailer wall. The trailer wall is in good condition. It should be no tears, no cuts, no holes, not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged, no missing panels, no missing rivets. We work our way down to the DOT reflective tape. The DOT reflective tape is properly mounted. It's in good condition. No tears, no cuts, no holes on it. Clean, visible, red, white, reflective in color. As we work our way down, we have our DOT reflectors. Properly mounted, tight, and secure, not cracked, broken, or missing. The one in the front, the one in the middle is amber in color. The one in the back is red. And then at the very back, at the bottom, we have a parking light indicator. Properly mounted, tight, and secure, not cracked, broken, or missing. No exposed wire, red in color. Okay. From there, we're gonna work our way towards the bottom of the trailer. We're gonna find the trailer floor, starting with the cross members. The cross members are properly mounted, tight, and secure, no missing nuts or bolts. They're not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing. No aftermarket welding. The floor is in good condition. There should be no tears, no cuts, no holes, not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged. If it's wood, I want to make sure it's not rotting wood. We're gonna move on to our landing gear. Starting with the landing gear frame. The landing gear frame is properly mounted, tight, and secure, no missing nuts or bolts. It's not cracked, broken, bent, no aftermarket welding. We're gonna move on to the leg. The leg is properly mounted, tight, and secure, no missing nuts or bolts. It's not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing, no aftermarket welding, and it should be properly lubricated. The landing gear shoe, properly mounted, tight, and secure, no missing nut, no missing bolt. It's not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing. Landing gear cross members, the bars that go side to side, we want to make sure that those cross members are properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts, not cracked, broken, bent, no aftermarket welding. The bar, there's a crank bar at the top. I want to make sure that that bar is properly mounted, tight, and secure on both sides. No missing nuts or bolts, not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing. No aftermarket welding. Over here we have our gearbox. The gearbox is properly mounted, tight, and secure as well. No missing nuts or bolts, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No oil leaks. The crank handle, properly mounted. No missing nut, no missing bolt. It's not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing as well. No aftermarket welding. When this handle is not in use, it should be properly stored away on its hook or cradle. Okay, we're gonna move on to the third axle here. Just watch your hand. All right, so this third axle, the third axle, you start from the top to bottom, right? So, examiner, I'll be starting with the trailer frame. As you can see here, this trailer frame is fixed. It is not adjustable. So it's properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts, no missing bolts. It's not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged. No aftermarket welding. As we work our way down, we have our spring mounts. And as you can see, these spring mounts are welded. And we have an addition of the equalizer bar and the torque arms. And these 2 items are in place to prevent fishtailing. Okay? So starting with the spring mounts. Our spring mounts are in good condition. They're not cracked, broken, bent. No aftermarket welding. Our equalizer bar is welded as well, so it's not cracked, broken, bent, no aftermarket welding. The torque arms, properly mounted on both sides, tight and secure, no missing nuts, no missing bolts. Both of these are in good condition, they're not cracked, broken, bent, no aftermarket welding. And the passenger side is fixed, and the driver's side is adjustable. Okay, we're gonna move on to our U-bolts. Let's start with the U-bolts. We check the bottom to make sure that all 4 nuts are present, they're tight and secure. The U-bolts are in good condition, they're not cracked, broken, bent, no aftermarket welding. And again, they keep the lead springs in place, tight and secure. The lead springs are in good condition. They're not cracked, broken, shifted, or damaged. No aftermarket welding. All right, so that does it for our suspension. We're now going to move on to our braking system. So another big difference with this axle is equipped with its own air tank. Okay, so the air tank is properly mounted, tight and secure. No missing nuts, no missing bolts. The air tank's in good condition. It's not cracked, broken, bent, no tears, no cuts, no holes, no aftermarket welding. This tank drains on a weekly basis. Okay, we're gonna move on to the air brake hoses. Air brake hoses are properly mounted, tight, and secure on both sides. No tears, no cuts, no holes, no dry rot, no air leaks. Air brake chambers, properly mounted, tight, and secure, no missing nuts or bolts. They're not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged, no aftermarket welding, no air leaks. C-clamp, properly mounted, tight, and secure, no missing nuts or bolts. They're not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged, no aftermarket welding as well. Now through the back, we're gonna have the push rod. The push rod's in good conditions, not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged, no aftermarket welding. Our push rod connects to the slack adjuster. We want to make sure that the pins and cotter pins are in place. Slack adjuster, properly mounted, tight, and secure. It's not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged. Here in the back, no more than 1 inch of play as well. If we have more than 1 inch of play, then we would adjust by turning the hex nut all the way to the right till it's tight, half a turn back to the left. That takes us to the inside of the drum. We have here the brake shoes. The brake shoes are in good condition. They're properly mounted, not cracked, broken, or damaged. The brake shoe lining, the one right here in the middle, the brake shoe lining should be no less than 1/4 of an inch of wear. If they were to be any less, service and replace. Brake drums, not cracked or broken, no aftermarket welding. No oil, no grease inside of the drum. No black dust, no white dust. Remember, black dust indicates overheating, possible fire. White dust would indicate that a fire extinguisher was used to put out the fire. We're going to be moving out to the rims and tires. It's the same thing as the rear of the tractor. Examiner, we have 2 rims and 2 tires to inspect. We'll start by inspecting our rims. We have 4 sides to inspect. We have the inner rim lip, and between the gap, we have 2 and outside. That's 4 sides. All 4 sides are in good condition. They're not cracked, broken, bent. No aftermarket welding, no air leaks. On all 4 sides, I want to make sure that my tire walls are properly seated to the rim lips. No gaps, no air leaks as well. In between the gap, I want to make sure that both my rims are properly seated to each other. There should be nothing stuck in between, creating a bigger gap. Moving on to our tire walls. Examiner, we have 2 tires to inspect, so 4 walls. We have the inner tire wall. In between the gap, we have 2 and outside. That's 4 sides. All 4 sides are in good conditions. No abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. Any damage over an inch, the tire will need to be serviced and replaced. In between the gap, we want to make sure that there's no trash or any other object stuck in between that can create friction and start fires. No more than 4 inches of a gap, and my tires should not be rubbing up against each other as well. All right, so moving on to the tire treads. Here in the back, we are allowed to have remanufactured tires. So recaps and retreads are okay to have, but the rule still applies. They should be in good condition, no tears, no cuts, no holes on it, evenly worn on the same axle, the same size, no mismatch. Tire tread should be no less than 2/32 of an inch of wear. We use a tire tread gauge to measure it. Air pressure 80 to 100 psi or tire manufacturer specifications. We use the tire pressure gauge to measure it through the air valve stems. All right, now let's go towards the outside. All right, so here outside, we have 2 air valve stems. So we have 2 rims and tires, 2 air valve stems. We have 2 air valve stems to inspect. I want to make sure that both of these are properly mounted. They're not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged. Not touching the drum, not touching the rim, no air leaks. Lug nuts properly mounted, tight, and secure. Not cracked, broken, rounded off, missing, or damaged. No rust trails, no metal shavings or shiny treads that could indicate that it's loose. If it's loose, I should try to tighten it. If it does not tighten, it needs to be serviced and replaced. You're back to a hub seal, right? So hub seal cap, properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing bolts, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks, filled to proper level. As we work our way back, we have the mud flap. Mud flap properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts. No tears, no cuts, no holes. Not touching the floor, not touching the tire. Remember, if you forgot to inspect this parking light indicator, inspect it here. Okay. Drop it on at the back. All right, we're gonna start an inspection from the top towards the bottom. All right. So at the very top of my trailer, I have 3 lights. These 3 lights are properly mounted, tight, and secure. They're not cracked, broken, missing, or damaged. No exposed wire. Red in color. So these 3 lights indicate that this is a commercial vehicle. As we work our way down, I want to make sure that my sliding door opens and closes properly. You don't have to do it, just tell them. I want to make sure that my sliding door opens and closes properly. I want to make sure that the panels are in good condition. There's no tears, no cuts, no holes, and not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged. No missing panels, no missing nuts or bolts or rivets. Moving on to our tension wire. The tension wire is properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing pin and cotter pins, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No more than 1 inch of plate. Moving on to our locking hook and handle, properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts or rivets, not cracked, broken, bent, no aftermarket welding. Handle, properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts or rivets, not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing. There should be no aftermarket welding on this. Strap, the door strap is also properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts, bolts, or rivets. There should be no tears, no cuts, no holes on it. DOT reflective tape, I want to make sure it's properly mounted, it's in good condition. No tears, no cuts, no holes on it. Clean, visible, red, white, reflective in color. The bumper, this one is mounted. I want to make sure it's properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts. It's not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing. No aftermarket welding. We're going to inspect our second trailer coupling system. Starting with the pinto hook. The pinto hook is properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts. It's not cracked or broken. No aftermarket welding. The D-ring. This is already welded. I want to make sure it's not cracked, broken, bent, and there's no aftermarket welding. Electrical connector socket, properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts. Not cracked, broken, or damaged. No exposed wire. And the cap is on tight and secure. It's not cracked, broken, or missing. Air supply coupling valves are properly mounted, tight, and secure. In good condition. They're not cracked, broken, or damaged. No air leaks. And the valve should be in the off position as well. Okay. I know it's not color coded, we just mentioned that. All right. So blue is for service, red is for emergency. All right, moving on to our tail lights. So Examiner, I have 3 lights here. I want to make sure, all 3 lights work as our brake lights and parking light indicators, but the outside lights, those work as our turning indicators and 4-way flashers, okay? But all 3 lights are properly mounted, tight, and secure. Not cracked, broken, or missing. No exposed wire, red in color. License plate light, don't forget this one. This one's a point, okay? License plate light properly mounted, tight, and secure. Not cracked, broken, or missing. No exposed wire, clear in color. A license plate is properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts. It's not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing. Clean and legible. This one you don't say up to date because it doesn't have a sticker, okay? All right, DOT reflector properly mounted, tight, and secure. Not cracked, broken, or missing. Red in color. If you want to tell the Examiner, okay, this one's missing, I'll notify GSF. That's all you tell them, all right? You can just mention it. If they mention it, oh, this one's missing, I'll notify GSF. All right. All right. So Examiner, everything that I inspected on my driver's side applies to my passenger side as well. Okay. This is my only difference. Okay. We're gonna have this door. The door is in good condition. There should be no tears, no cuts, no holes. It's not cracked, broken, bent, or damaged. My door is properly mounted onto the hinges, tight and secure, no missing nuts or bolts. Now the hinges are properly mounted onto the trailer, tight and secure, no missing nuts or bolts as well. It's not cracked, broken, bent, no aftermarket welding. Okay, we're gonna open up the door to make sure it's in good working condition. All right, I want to make sure that the locking hooks, top and bottom, the bar and the handle are properly mounted, tight and secure, no missing nuts or bolts. They're not cracked, broken, bent, and there's no aftermarket welding. Okay.
Do we open it at the DMV?
Yeah, try to open this one. This one you do. Steps. Properly mounted, tight, and secure. No missing nuts or bolts. They're not cracked, broken, bent, damaged, or missing. No aftermarket welding. And that's it, Examiner. This completes my Part C or Form C inspection. Okay? Tell them I want my license. All right, good deal.